Electric waves and funk bass reverberate in time. Can't get out, release the charge, igniting the sublime. Drum machines knock out the code of midnight dreams.
This video is based on my personal experience of living and surviving on dialysis. It is shared for education, awareness, and encouragement only, and it is not a medical advice. Dialysis affects each person differently. What works for me may not be suitable for you. However, always consult your nephrologist, dialysis team, or qualified healthcare professionals before making any changes to your treatment, medication, diet, fluid intake, or routine. Your medical team remains the best source of advice for your individual condition. However, watching this video can give you some insight on how your body reacts to your medication and what you can do. Whether you are a CKD patient or on dialysis or not, you must know somebody that is probably having similar problem. Like and share this video. You might just touch somebody's life. When people ask me about dialysis centers, the first question is always the same. How much does it cost? Today, I want to tell you something I have learned the hard way. Cost should not be your first question. Value should. I have been on dialysis long enough to experience different centers. Government-owned centers, private centers, low-cost centers, and even higher-cost centers. And here is the honest truth. In some places, I was being treated, but I was not being engaged. Dialysis was something that happened to me. I showed up. I lay down. Blood went in, blood came out, and I went home. But in my current center, something changed. Dialysis is no longer something that happens to me. It is something I actively participate in, understand, and optimize. Yes, it costs more, but what I get in return has completely changed my outcomes and my mindset. What exactly to look out for in a good dialysis center? A good dialysis center does not hide your data. This is very important, and this made a lot of difference for me, because for the first 20 months I was on dialysis, I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't have access to my numbers. I continued to do lab results, lab tests. Nobody explains anything to me. And I started dialysis when my eGFR was about 3.46 or something about. And for 20 months, it was hovering between 2.18 to 3 for 20 months. But in this center, after I got access to my data, I studied it, I began to look at what I need to do, I need to look at what I need to eliminate, I need to know what I need to add, Because dialysis is not all about just you going to clean your blood, remove toxins. Also, basic bicarbonates, basic electrolytes are shifted. And so when you are talking about diet, you need to know what diet to eat if your certain numbers are high, above the threshold, or they are low, below the threshold. This is how you live with dialysis, and you can remain healthy. Because what makes a dialysis patient feel uncomfortable is when these bicarbonates and the electrolytes continue to remain imbalanced. So you should have access to your lab results, your dialysis parameters, your UF goals. I see a lot of people on dialysis complaining about cramping. Yes, I used to have cramps. In short, my first 8 or 9 months of dialysis, I battled with cramps. Not until I realized, or I found out, that it is because they were pulling a lot of fluid beyond my dry weight. So by the time I go into dialysis, I know my dry weight and I know my added weight, because there is what you will have, which we call the interdialytic weight. That is between each dialysis, your weight gain. So you have to know the interdialytic weight gain against your dry weight. That is what they need to pull out, and they must leave some threshold. So by the time they just pull out, you go there and they say, okay, they're going to pull out 4 liters, they're going to put out 3.5 liters, whereas they just need to pull out 2 liters or 2.5 liters, you will have cramping. You need to have access to your pre and post dialysis reading, both your blood pressure and your dry weight and your interdialytic weight. If you are not seeing your numbers, you are not managing your health. You are guessing. It's not about guessing. Dialysis is not about guessing. You need to know your numbers. In some centers, asking questions feels like an offense. But in a good center, questions are welcomed. Explanations are given. Decisions are discussed, not imposed. You are not just a body on the bed. You are a partner in the process. The staffs need to, the staffs that educate, not just operate. The nurses, the doctors, the caregivers, you should have access to them. It's your health, it's your life. Dialysis is not just about the machines, it's about people. The right center has nurses and doctors who explains why things are adjusted, who tell you what to expect after dialysis, who help you to understand patterns, not just numbers. You don't continue to go after the numbers, but you need to understand why certain numbers are what they are. Not every patient is the same. Not everybody responds the same way. A good center should understand your blood pressure patterns, your recovery window, your residual function, and most importantly, your lifestyles and schedule. This is where optimization begins. Dialysis is a process you can improve. When I started dialysis, it was tough. I was barely surviving. But today, I can comfortably beat my chest and said, I am living with dialysis. In my current center, Dialysis is something I learn from every session. We review, we adjust, we refine. That mindset alone is worth more than cheap sessions that leave you confused, exhausted, and untired. Now, let me talk about the costs versus the value. Let me say this clearly. A cheaper dialysis center is not cheaper. If you recover poorly, if you lose confidence, if you don't understand what's happening to your body, if you keep ending up in crisis, it's not cheaper. You end up spending more. Don't forget, the costs incurred in dialysis include the dialysis session itself, the deliverables in terms of the materials, the injections, the medication, your traveling time, most importantly, the hours spent on dialysis. All these accounts for the cost. So you need to consider that it's not just about how much is just the dialysis session that makes up the overall cost. No. A center may be cheaper, but far from you. Traveling time, waiting time could be double the amount of a center that is closer to you. What you save in money, you may lose in time, energy, and long-term health. Finally, choosing a dialysis center is not just a financial decision. It is a life strategy. Don't ask only how much does it cost. Rather, ask, what am I learning here? How involved am I? Am I improving or just surviving? Your goal should not be just surviving. Your goal should be to live with dialysis. Because dialysis should not just keep you alive, it should help you to live. If this message resonates with you, please share it with someone on dialysis. Follow this channel, Renal Timing, for more real-life insights on living, not just surviving on dialysis. This is Renal Timing, and we are learning how to do with intention. My name is Ken Gaddafi. Thank you for watching.
Ken Gaddafi is living with dialysis, not defined by it. Through Renal Timing, he shares his real-life experience to help others move from surviving to living. If you're inspired and would like to support his journey toward recovery and continued education, please consider donating to his GoFundMe campaign. Help save Ken Gaddafi. Scan the QR code to donate. Thank you for your kindness, support, and belief.
Oh, let the water flow, let the spirit rise. I see the strength reflected in my